Hi, welcome back. Charlie and I here are going to bring you a little outdoor Pilates mat workout today, trying to take advantage of the sunshine here. So prop free, we're just going to do a full head to toe toning. So grab your mat, let's roll it out and get ready to go. Let's go ahead and come to the front of our mat, cross one foot over the other, one hand on top of the other opposite elbow, guide your body down. Go ahead and swing those legs behind you and come into a nice child's pose. You can either have your knees wide or keep your knees together and go ahead and lean back into that. Really take a deep breath, filling your ribs. Exhale all that air. And then gently guide those hands, walking over to the left. Take a nice deep breath here, feeling the lateral side on the right, filling those ribs. Nice exhale. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to walk those arms over to the right. And as you take a deep breath here, you'll feel the ribs on the left side. Fill those ribs with the air and full exhale. Really release, just let yourself release into this and relax into this stretch. Bring those hands to the center and just walk your hands toward the body, guiding your vertebrae to stack one vertebrae at a time. Now let's go ahead and come to all fours, hands directly under your shoulder, knees under your hips, and do some nice cat-cows. So inhale, looking up. Exhale, push that ground away into a Halloween cat. A few more here. Really feeling some nice spine mobilization. Warming up that body. Exhale all that air as you push the ground away. Come back to a nice flat back and work into some hip sways, looking over to the right and then look over the left hip. And just let those hips sway from side to side, feeling some nice stretching and again, some spinal mobilization. Now we're going to do wagging tail. Let's lift up the right foot while the knee stays on the ground. You look over your right shoulder, you swing it over and look over the left. If you can see your foot, great. If not, that's okay. Just have some nice mobility going on. Let's go to the opposite leg now. And keeping that belly button tucked up nice and tight to the spine, protecting the lower back. We want a neutral spine, no caving in of the lower back. Nice. Now let's go ahead into bird dog. Just reach those the opposite hand and opposite leg, reach up and tap down. And they reach up and tap down. Reach around, grab that foot for a nice stretch. And then let's go to the opposite side. So left hand out, right foot out, and you reach up and tap down. And you're just reaching up to level, really activating through the glute. And then on the last one, reach around, try to grab that foot if you can, and feel a nice spinal rotation twist. And then let's go ahead and swing those legs around. And let's just roll flat down onto the mat. Keep those legs, knees bent, feet flat on the ground, and we're just going to do some rounding bridges up. You're going to curl up one vertebrae at a time and roll down. And really tuck and lift that vertebrae up one vertebrae at a time. And as you're placing one vertebrae down, make sure your tailbone is the last part to come down. So you go up, 2, 3, 4, and down, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Give me one more here. And then just take those arms and swing them up to try to tap the ground above you if you can. Some nice shoulder mobility work here. We're just going to do a few reps here. Feet are still flat on the floor with the knees bent. And go ahead and give those knees a hug, roll around, a little massage for the lower back. Now we're going to go ahead and work into some abdominal work. So bring those hands behind the head. Inhale, and as you exhale and curl up, exhale all that air. And come up a little higher and exhale. And last one again. So roll back down. So do a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, just come up a little bit. Another deep breath. Exhale, go a little further. Take another deep breath. Exhale as you curl up a little bit more. And release that head back down. Let's go ahead and float one knee up and then the other knee up. And let's just go ahead, inhale, exhale to the center for 3, 4, and 5. Now keep that curl, but you're going to rotate and do an oblique. 3 more. Knees are just at a 90-degree angle, trying to keep those hips and pelvis as stable as you can. Go to the opposite side for 5. Exhale, 4 and 3. Exhale on that curl up. 1 more. Beautiful. Release that head back down. Trying to keep a neutral spine through here where your belly button is nice and tight. Let's go ahead and do some toe taps now. We curl up and we tap down one toe and then the other, really moving out from the knee. And here's Charlie trying to steal center screen. And tap down. You're moving that knee away, not so much dropping the foot. You want to really feel that core, lower abdominal engaging. Keep breathing and keep that belly button in nice and tight. Relax that head back down this time and give those knees a teeny hug. Let's move back to floating one foot up and then the other foot and curl for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. We're going to go right into the oblique, but we're going to bring that knee in, extend the leg up, and sweep it down to the ground. So curl where the knee and the elbow meet. Shoot the leg up to 90 and then bring it straight down to hover over the ground. And to the opposite side, we're doing 5 on each side. Here's 4. Knee to elbow, leg straight up and extend. Little bit of a mind-body coordination work going on here. So now bring those hands down along the mat and let's go back into the toe taps we did earlier and kind of work that toe to touching further down the mat. Again, moving from the knee. The knee pulls down. Really keep that pelvis as stable as you can. Keep breathing. Few more here. And then give yourself a little hug. Roll those knees around. Now let's go ahead and do straight leg, a hamstring stretch. So go ahead and bring that one leg straight up over you. Extend the other foot to the ground and do some flex pointing there to get some dorsal flexion going while you're stretching the hamstring. Let's go ahead and lift the left leg up straight overhead. Extend the right leg along the ground. Point, flex, getting some dorsal flexion going. So important as we get older to make sure we don't trip, and bring that leg along the ground. Now we're going to move into some leg circles. So right leg goes straight up and we're going to circle around, really keeping that pelvis as stable as you can. And we're going to do 5 in each direction like you're drawing a clock on the sky. And keep breathing. This is very, very core centric as you try to keep everything stable. Lift that left leg straight to the ground, really reaching through the leg as if your leg is trying to touch the sky. And you're doing 5 in each direction again. So here we go, opposite for 5 and 4, 3, 2 more. Great job. I love leg circles. So now go ahead, bring yourself up to sitting. And we're going to go ahead and extend those legs out in front of us about the width of the mat for some spine stretch forward. So on this, you really inhale as you're sitting up straight. Exhale, reach over those feet as if you're like a candy cane. You're going up along an imaginary wall and over. Really long and tall through the spine. Inhale, exhale, spine stretch over those feet. Beautiful job. And just keep breathing. Go ahead and open those arms out wide, and we're going to do some rotation. So we're going to inhale as we turn to the right, exhale center. So inhale two breaths as we open, exhale center. Inhale 2, exhale center, really pulling up long and tall through the head. Some great spinal rotation here. It's important to move your body on all planes of motion. So let's go ahead and come to the front of our mat. We're going to do rolling like a ball. So hug those knees in. Inhale as you go back. Exhale as you come forward. Trying not to pull on your back. You're just trying to keep your body in one position as you roll back. Exhale all that air up. And then bring one knee back with you and go right into single leg stretch. One of the Pilates 5 exercises, a very classic one. Exhale, inhale, really drive that leg straight out in front of you. Inhale for 2, exhale for 2. Keep rotating, or I should say alternating legs. And go ahead, put your head back down. Now we're going to go into double leg stretch. So we're going to inhale as the arms go out and the legs go out, and we exhale as we come together as a ball. You keep that head and chest curled up the whole time, and you really keep pulling that belly button to spine so you don't arch that lower back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And put that head back down. So now go ahead, straight leg split stretch. So legs are straight, pulling in for 2 and exhaling for 2. Inhale, exhale. Really try to show control through this movement and not move the pelvis that much. Inhale, exhale, and go ahead and lay that head back down. Now let's go ahead and put those legs straight up. Exhale, curl up as we lower the legs and bring them back up to 90. You don't have to lower your legs all the way down. You want to go as far as you can without compromising that your back lifts. You want to keep that neutral spine. We're on the 4th exercise of the Pilates 5. Inhale the legs lower. Exhale as they come back up. Just keep breathing into the ribs. Exhale tight. And now last one is crisscross. So keep those legs at 90. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. And really show control here by really rotating through the thoracic spine. And we inhale, exhale. Almost there, just a few more. And give those knees a hug. Fantastic. And just bring those arms over to the top of your head and back down to stretch. And here we go. Inhale for 2, exhale for 2. Right back to single leg stretch. Beautiful. Keep breathing. If you're feeling tired, you don't have to finish all the reps, but if you can get through them, this is fantastic for the core. Give those knees a hug. So here we go into the double leg. Yep, you guessed it. You're doing the Pilates 5 2 times in a row. Inhale as we extend the arms and legs. Exhale, come together. Inhale, open. Exhale, together. When you exhale, or when you open those legs and arms, if you can rotate those feet so the toes point outwards, that is a very classical Pilates move to really engage the inner thigh. Now let's move on to the straight leg split stretch. Inhale for 2, exhale for 2. Very controlled. Really lengthening through those legs in the direction they're pointing. Inhale, exhale. You guys are almost there. Good job. Keep going. Nice. 2 to go in the set. So leg lowers, inhale, exhale, curl up, and then inhale as the legs go down, exhale as they come up. Inhale, lower. Again, reminding you not to let that lower back lift, so don't go any further than what you can control. And my apologies, Charlie decided to stand right in the front of the camera, but I can assure you I'm still doing the same move as I try to tell her to go lay down. So leg lowers, lower down and up. Rotation into crisscross. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good job. Keep it up. You guys are almost there. Keep pulling that belly button into the spine. The results will be worth it. And give those knees a big hug. Let's go ahead and stretch out along the ground, legs in one direction, arms in the other, or feet in one direction, arms in the other. Nice stretch. Now let's go ahead and roll up into saw. So what you do is you're flat on the ground and you do a nice inhale and you exhale as you roll up, rotate to the side, and you exhale 1, 2, 3. Arms straight out, roll back down. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3. And if you cannot do the roll down and roll up, just go straight where you're just sitting with your legs out in front of you and rotate to do the spinal twist part of the saw. Inhale and we rotate, leaning over that foot, 1, 2, 3, and roll back down. Inhale, curl that body up, twist to the left, 1, 2, 3. Now let's go ahead and do some prone work. So turn around and lay down on your belly with your tummy in nice and tight. Legs are long and strong. Give me a few little baby swans here. Hands are close to the shoulder. Inhale as you lift that chest up, really focusing on that upper body, helping do the work. The muscles of the upper back are what are pulling you up. Now go ahead and we're going to do goalpost arms, just hovering those arms over the ground in a goalpost shape. Inhale up, exhale so they hover back over the ground. Just a few more here. And come down. Now bring those hands along down the side of your body into rocket split. So we inhale up, arms come overhead as the legs split out, and then you bring them together and you release the body back down to the ground. Inhale up, arms overhead, legs split, legs to come together, arms come back. And repeat that a few more times. Belly button is in nice and tight. This is a very good move for all those posterior muscles. Now let's bring those hands near the shoulders again, and let's go back into our swans. Inhale as we come up. The head is a natural extension of the spine. Exhale as we come back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back to goalpost arms. I'm going to give you guys 2 tries to do all these. Inhale, those arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, they hover over the ground. Few more. And again, bring those hands along the side of your body. Belly in nice and tight as we go into it's basically like a jumping jack laying on your stomach, if you can imagine that. So you lift up, swing those arms overhead as the legs split, bring everything together, and then release back down. Almost there. And come down. Go ahead and push that body back up into a child's pose. Take a nice deep breath here and exhale. So let's go ahead and come to our side. Want to do some side lying leg work. Flex those feet, and they're both lifted off the ground as we lift them up. So the legs are flexed, pulling the waist away from the earth, and both legs lift up and down. A lot of different little muscle work going on in side leg series. Then go ahead and just lift the top leg. So the bottom leg, I bend it a little bit. It's almost like a kickstand. And just lift that top leg up and back down, up and back down. Great job, you guys. Stick with me. Let's come up onto our forearm and do some leg circles. So you're going to circle in each direction, and you really push that shoulder away from the ear. 5 circles in each direction. Now flex that foot for double kick to the front. So double kick front flexed, point to the back. Barely moving your torso when you point to the back. A lot of core stability going on here. Keep breathing. Going to inhale, exhale as we pull that leg back. Few more. And really keep that elbow right under the shoulder of the one that's stabilizing you. Now we're going to go into bicycle. So we flex forward, bend at the knee, send the leg back, pointing, and bring it back around. So we bend it, push it back, straighten it, and sweep it back around. And we go the opposite way. Point the foot to the back, kick that foot in, and then we bring it forward and we extend the heel towards the screen and pull that leg back. Bend, kick it forward, and pull it back. So these are bicycles in both directions. Now you're going to go ahead and come laying back to the ground for inner thigh. So the leg that's on the bottom is going to flex and lift up and down. The higher you can go, the more you're going to engage that adductor, but really keep the foot flexed and driving straight out in front of you. Now we're going to go into clam. So we're just going to open that top leg. You're really sitting in a position or laying in a position where those knees are on top of one another. And lift that top knee up as if somebody has a string and they're pulling it up. Few more here. Beautiful, pulling the waist away from the earth. And then I always like to do my little transition move. So lay on your tummy, come up, prone position, and beat those palms together as if they're trying to touch as you inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. Long and strong through the legs and the top of the head. Keep that belly button in, and then go ahead and switch, and we're going to come to the other side. And again, we're going to start with those legs straight out, both flexed, lifted, and you lift both legs up. Just kind of check your alignment. Beautiful. Pull the waist away from the mat. And now go ahead and let the lower leg relax onto the ground, but still flexed, and just lift the top leg for 10 more. Keep breathing. You guys are almost there. We just got about 10 minutes to go. So go ahead, come up to that forearm for the circles, 5 in each direction, straight leg, long and strong, and then go back for 5. And then double kick to the front, point to the back. Double kick to the front, point to the back. Barely moving the upper torso. Inhale, exhale, just a few more to go here. Inhale, double kick to the front. Exhale, point to the back. And then right after this, we'll be going into that bicycle move again. It's kind of got a few extra pieces to it. So again, when you bring that leg to the front, you bend at the knee, send it behind you, and straighten that leg as you sweep it back to the front. And around, and bend, straighten, around. And now straight to the back, bend the foot to the bottom, and bring that knee forward as you extend and sweep back around. We do 5 in each direction of bicycle. This bicycle is super good for a lot of hip mobility. It's a very, very good exercise for strength, but also mobility in the hips. So let's go ahead, lay down, and we're going to do the inner thigh of the bottom leg. So go ahead and flex that foot and lift. Pulling the waist away from the earth still. We're going to do 10 of these. Now let's go ahead and bend those legs and go right into clam. Clam is a little bit of a longer set because clam really strengthens the gluteal area, but it really also opens those hip rotators. It's useful on a lot of different levels. A lot of times we just move in such a forward plane that we have to remember to open those hips. Keep a lot of mobility going in them. Now let's go back into that transition move. Roll over onto your tummy. Inhale, come up into rocket. And then we inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. You should be feeling the inner part of your upper arm here as you're trying to pretend that you're clapping those hands together, but the hands are not going to touch. Keep that belly button in nice and tight. And bring yourself back into a nice child's pose. Now let's go ahead and do some lateral work. So we're going to bring that arm up. It's like a mermaid, but you're going to push up into the knee. So you're on your side, push into the arm, stretch over. The knees are bent. This is a progressive one. You can keep with that one, or you can go to both legs straight. Top leg in the front. So you inhale, pull over, and really pull up through that oblique. So now let's go ahead and come into a plank position, and we're going to do control front. We're going to point that leg and pull it up for 2. So you're in a plank position, and reach that leg behind you. Inhale for 2 as the leg goes up. Exhale, bring that leg down. You're a long, strong line from heels to shoulder. And let's go ahead and do the opposite side. So first one, wrist under shoulder, knees bent. Inhale, stretch over. Exhale, come back down, literally sitting all the way back down on your bottom. Use that foot to push into to give yourself a little stability. And if you want to move up to the next move, legs straight, inhale over. And on this one, you do not rest your bottom on the full advanced move. You come all the way down where your hip just hovers over the ground. Now we're going to go right back to that plank move. Hands under shoulders. Extend that leg out. Inhale 2 as the leg comes up. Exhale as the leg comes down. Really driving from the glute to have this move happen, not driving into your lower back, just your glute. I'm sorry, Charlie decides she wants to be in the picture still. Go ahead and give yourself another child's pose rest. Roll those wrists out a little bit. Now let's come back to the mat. Let's roll down onto our backs, feet flat on the ground, knees bent. We're going to do some bridge work. So let's just send those hips straight up and straight back down. Now let's bring the arms in with it from the beginning. Those arms that reached up to touch the floor behind you. If you can go that far, great. You're not driving into your back. You're creating a line from hips to shoulders. Go ahead and lift up, extend one leg out, and we're going to point to 90 degrees and come back down. So you basically point to bring that leg straight to the sky, and then you flex to return it. And then you flex it up and point to return it, 5 in each direction. This is definitely a classic Joe Pilates move. And then release back down. Now send those hips straight back up. Extend the left leg out, pointing it. Point as it comes up, flex as it returns down. You've just got 2 more in this direction. And now the opposite way. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. And bring that foot down and roll down. Now let's go ahead and bring that bridge back up, just like we did in the beginning, a regular bridge, and back down. Inhale as you go up, exhale as you come down. And go ahead and extend that body along the ground. So nice deep inhale. Exhale, hug those knees. Let's roll around a little bit to massage that lower back. Let's go ahead and extend one leg straight up. You can get a strap if you need to, or you can hold behind your calf. And then go ahead and bring that leg out to the side to do an adductor stretch. And then go ahead and bring that leg towards you. Inhale, exhale as you bring the head towards the knee. And then let's do your piriformis stretch, or your I guess you could call it figure 4, some people call it. Bring one leg over the other, and then a little more hamstring. Bring that leg straight up and do some dorsal flexion work. Flex, point, and roll that foot around. Pull that knee in to feel a nice glute stretch. And then as you bring those feet down, keep that leg crossed and just let the legs go to the side as you look over. So your legs go to the left and you look over the right shoulder for a nice spinal rotation. Opposite leg straight up to the sky. Wherever you can hold on to. If you need a strap, that's fine. Just feel a nice hamstring stretch. And then pull that leg out to the side for an adductor stretch. Look the opposite way to get a little extra rotation in. Bring the leg straight back up in a deep inhale. Exhale, curl that head to the knee. Into our piriformis figure 4 stretch. Pull that knee in and go ahead and straighten the other leg straight up to the sky for hamstring. And you're going to do your dorsal flexion, point flex. Roll that foot around a little bit. As you bring those feet down, keep the legs crossed. Bring them to the right, looking to the left for an extra spinal rotation. Now let's go ahead and send those legs straight to the sky, really pushing up into like a shoulder stand. If you're not comfortable doing that, that's okay. You can just remain laying on the ground. We're going to go into plow pose where you pull those feet over the top of your head. The more you can really drive those feet into the mat, the deeper the stretch will be. Hands are just along the mat, away from your shoulders. You haven't brought those anywhere but left them where they were. If you're comfortable, bring those knees down along the ears. And just feel a nice stretch all through your back. Back into plow pose, and then slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. The legs come up over your body and they release and go all the way back down to the mat. Stretch those arms over the top. Come up to the front of the mat. Roll through the shoulders by putting the hands on the shoulders and driving the shoulder rolling by drawing circles with your elbows. Let's go ahead and go into a butterfly pose. Reach down, really feel a nice stretch through the hamstring. Really lengthening through the spine to get a nice deep stretch. And come up, and we are going to finish this off with seal. So go ahead and hold on to those feet. You tap 3 times and inhale as you go back. Tap the heels 3 times as you exhale, come forward. So then you just come right up to standing and your workout is complete. Great job, guys. I hope you liked that one.